Hello divas and divos, welcome to Roller Diva Dance Fits. I go by the name of Lady Diva. I'm a fitness coach and skating enthusiast, and today I'm coming to you live and direct from Flatwoods Trail in Tampa, Florida. And what we're going to talk about is tips you need for roller skating on the trail, okay? So come a few miles with me, sweat a little, have some fun, and we are going to get into it right after we cue the music. Okay, so let us get into it. We're gonna hit that trail in just a moment. But first, I would like to encourage you, I would like to implore you to like this video, to subscribe, and then I can keep coming back to you with all of these roller shenanigans. You can have fun. It's gonna be all of the things, okay? So let's go. Follow me. Okay, so first things first, you wanna investigate your trail just a little bit, and you wanna figure out, do you have to pay for parking? Just little things like that, because if you come and you don't have any cash on you and you have to go back home, you're gonna feel defeated. It's gonna kind of taint your whole experience. So definitely find out what the fee of the trail is. Here it costs about $2 to park, so usually, you know, it's a public environment. They're not trying to price gouge you, but you just wanna do your research to make sure that you are prepared for the trek. Another thing you want to pay attention to is how long is the trail. So you have an idea of how far you want to go, if there are stops where you can take a detour, if there are shorter routes. So just look online, look into your parks department, and get the lay of the land so that you are all set up. Another thing that is of utmost importance is you want to have the numbers for the trail management. You know, heaven forbid you're out there and you fall and you need a little bit of help. You want your phone on you and you want that phone to have the trail management number so they can come by and scoop you up if necessary. Got it? Okay, first things first, in terms of getting on the actual trail, you want to make sure that you have your safety gear in check. Okay, so wear a helmet if you feel like that's necessary for the terrain. Flatwoods happens to be extremely flat, so if you feel like it's rougher terrain, definitely have your helmet, but at a bare minimum, you should have knee pads. It helps to have elbow pads and wrist pads. Will keep you good to go as well. Make a mental check of that. Hey, so out here in Tampa, Florida, it gets hot as the devil's balls, especially when it's summertime. So what you want to be able to do is have a cap to catch your sweat. I have, up underneath here, see? I have a little sweatband, right? Because I sweat like nobody's business, okay? So you want a sweatband, you want maybe a towel to help sop up all of the dew that will, in fact, be coming your way. Now, if you happen to be skating when it's cold outside, you want to make sure that you have a hat that covers your ears. It could also be helpful to have gloves. They have those gloves now that have little sensors on the fingertips so that you can still maneuver and manipulate your phone, okay? So that is incredibly important. Have those on tap. Also, today's not too sunny, but you always want to make sure you have your sunglass spectacles in your back pocket because it's just good for your eyeballs. It makes sense, so why not, right? Okay, ready to start skating? Let's go for it. So, when you're skating, you want to be really mindful of the skating etiquette. That means the rules you're supposed to follow around other people on the trail. So for instance, in general, if you're skating, if you're walking, if you're jogging, if you're cycling, you want to stay on the right side of the trail. That way, if you need to pass somebody, so say you're on quads and you want to pass somebody who's jogging, you want to be able to stay on your left so that they know you're coming up on them. Okay? Similarly, you want to listen out for somebody saying on your left if they're a cyclist so that you know, don't make too many wide sweeping movements. Just kind of stay in your lane. Usually when I hear on your left, I get into a position where I have one foot in front of the other like this, okay? So that I'm making myself as small as possible so that they have room. Because sometimes it's not just one cyclist. They're coming in packs. They're coming in hordes. So pay attention to that, okay? Good.
Also, sometimes mofos do not say on your left, so be aware of that, and situational awareness is key at all times.
Now another thing is, I love to listen to music when I'm on the trail. I advise it. I hope everybody listens. It gets you into the groove. It makes 8 miles seem a lot easier than if you're just doing nothing or listening to nothing. So I really suggest invest in some headphones. You notice I have little earbuds here, but if you notice, I have it in one ear and not the other. So remember what I said about listening out for people calling on your left? Really important that if you're putting music in your ears, have it in one ear so that your left ear can still listen out for people trying to get your attention, letting you know that they're coming up next to you on your left. Simple, right? We can make this happen. We're making this happen. So now we are into the portion where we look inside of my magical goodie bag. I suggest that everybody on the trail have a bag with you for your skating on the trail, okay? So let's take a peek inside. So my first little pocket here, what do I have? I have a mask in case I should need to go to a store, being that some stores still require masks, so I have that in here. It's handy. And remember I told you that I have earbuds in. Now these are charged, and also my phone requires a charge if I want to call or do anything else, listen to music. So I always keep an external charger. This is called a lipstick charger because it's kind of the shape of a lipstick tube. So I have that and my wire. I just keep that on me at all times. I have my keys on me, and attached to my keys is I have detachable skates. You can check out that video, it's on my channel as well. And for these detachable skates, they come with a key to take off the wheels, so I carry that around on my keychain. So I got that there. So that's it for pocket 1. Pocket 2. This is incredibly essential, okay? So this is my water. You can have a bigger water bottle, so if you know you're going far, have a bigger water bottle. I tend to have a smaller one because at this particular trail, at all of the rest stops, they have water there as well. So if you have your own container, you can fill it up. And the rest stations, they're usually about every 1.5 or 2 miles, okay? So make sure that you have water in your water bottle, make sure that you have something on you, and if you are skating at a place that has rest stops, you could always fill it up. Another reason why you should know your trail. Another thing I have, really important, I carry on me sunscreen. Okay, so let's put some on now. This is gonna be a mess because I'm kind of moist, kind of not too dry. Okay, but again, even though today's overcast, we know how important it is to get your sunscreen on. Now this kind of makes me look gray on the brown, so excuse me. If you know any good sunscreen that is a good SPF for brown girls like myself, please list that in the comments. I would love to know. But I would rather look chalky than like a burnt out lizard by the time, 10 years comes by. So we make our sacrifices, right? Okay. Another thing I have, now this is a cool tip for skaters. I don't always like to walk around with bulky sneakers, but sometimes if you're off the trail and you're not wearing your detachable skates, you might want to go to the store, someplace that doesn't allow you to have wheels. So on Amazon, I bought a little pouch full of shoe, I guess you could say. So full of these slippers that fold up, and I just carry them with me. You can see they're very well worn, but I just pop off my skates, and if I need to go to the store, I put these bad boys on, and it does the trick. They've actually held up quite well, and they're pretty comfortable if you're just walking short distances, just doing very small errands. So I suggest those. And they cost about $15 to $20 on Amazon, so it's a nice investment. In my bigger pouch here, so this is where I was keeping my towel. I sweat like a maniac. I think I mentioned that before. But again, I need a towel. If you have a little washcloth or a rag or a bandana, anything that you need just to wipe off if need be, if it's really hot out there. I have in here also my case for my sunglasses. I have in here tissues, in case I sneeze or something. And here's something really important. In this small little pouch, I have here something that no skater should leave home without, and that is a Y tool. This is important, right? Because if you are on the trail, something happens, you notice a wheel gets loose or your toe stop flies off. One, you want to check that before you get out. But if you need to just do a little bit of maintenance and tighten something up, you always want to have a skate tool on you. So just get one. I usually just keep this in the bag that I know I'm always going to grab when I go skating, and I never have to worry about if it's there. Makes sense, right? I know. You're welcome. And on the sides here, so one side here, I have, this is the case for my earbuds. So just make sure you have space for that. And the other side, I have the ever so important, never leave home without it, selfie stick, in case I want to do something for the gram, whatever. Follow me on Instagram as well. Of course, I also will keep my phone in here or in my pocket. Now, if you keep your phone in your pocket, right? If you have leggings like I do here that allow for that phone, I would say make sure you're pretty comfortable on skates, because the last thing you want to do is fall. This is kind of exactly where you would fall, in a good case scenario. So you want to be careful that you're not going to wreck your phone. So have a little bit of confidence on skates if you're going to put it in your side pocket. But I think the best rule of thumb is just keep it in your bag, because usually it will be safe there. Okay? Well, that's what's in my bag. Awesome. A resting spot. Refreshing. Okay, so a few final tips. If you are going to the trail in the summer or when it's really hot, you want to make sure you go in the morning, because that's when it's the coolest and when you'll be able to manage it without wanting to die. it's good to not want to die when you're on the trail. Also, take some time to enjoy the scenery around you, okay? So really, this is about being at one with your skates and about noticing everything beautiful in your surroundings. So pay out, take a look. Also, this can be better with friends.
Bring one
With you if you can. Hey, camera guy, looking good. Okay.
So that is a wrap, trail skaters. Here's me using that handy dandy selfie stick that was lodged in my bag. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I will see you next time on Roller Diva Dance Fit. Happy trail skating, people. Bye.